Excuse me. Hello everyone, it is me again, it's HorrorFan34, and welcome back to another video. And welcome to day 30 of my 31 Days of Horror challenge in October. Can't believe we are on the second to last day of this challenge. It's been a really fun ride to do these reviews for you guys, and a lot of you guys have really enjoyed my reviews for this month, and I really do appreciate all the kind comments and, you know, things like that. I still got a little bit of that cough left, I apologize. But now that we are on day 30 of the challenge, I figured now I'd talk about another Stephen King, I'm trying to remember like what Stephen King films I reviewed during this one. Maybe not, but anyways. But this is going to be on a Stephen King movie that I actually do own on DVD, but it was kind of a pain in the butt to get out. But I do own the film, and I do like the movie. It's a Stephen King adaptation that not many people remember, or not many people like that much, or things like that. And of course, that review is going to be on a film called Thinner. So, Thinner was a film that was released in 1996, directed by Tom Holland. Same guy that did The Langoliers, also based on a Stephen King novel, and he also did Child's Play. So, I feel like this is like the unspoken of like Tom Holland film when it comes to like his filmography. But the Thinner, the basic idea is that you have this overweight lawyer, Billy, played by Robert John Burke, who I remember from RoboCop 3. And he's an overweight lawyer. He's like a jerk-off kind of guy. So his buddy is actually played by Joe Mantegna, who is in films like Airheads. He's in a lot of stuff, Joe Mantegna. You look up his name, he's been in a lot of movies. And basically, him and his wife, Billy and his wife, are coming home from this dinner, and he ends up not paying attention when he's driving home, and he ends up hitting this woman who's a gypsy, and her father puts a curse on. Basically, like, he gets off scot-free because, like, the people in the town know him and the judge knows him and things like that, so he gets off the hook very easily. And the father of the woman that he killed doesn't like that, so he goes up to him, touches his face, and goes, "And I curse you, Thinner." And so basically he puts a curse on him that makes him thinner. So basically, like, no matter how much this guy eats, he, like, loses weight. So he's, like, getting skinnier and skinnier. And basically, he has to go find the gypsy that put the curse on him, try to get the curse taken off him and things like that before he basically dissipates into, like, bones, because he's getting skinnier and skinnier. And that's basically what the movie's about. Sorry about all this coughing, I'm sorry. But, you know, granted, you know, the character, the lead character, Robert John Burke as Billy, he's not really much of a likable guy. He's kind of a jerk-off guy in a way, so you don't really feel any sympathy for Robert John Burke, to be honest. But I will, the one main thing I really like, one of the main things I really like about this movie is the makeup effects. Because, you know, Robert John Burke is not actually, like, fat in real life. It's a fat suit and all that stuff. And it's a really good-looking fat suit. And the makeup effects when he's getting thinner and things like that, you can see, like, his rib cage and things like that. It's really good special effects. I mean, really good special effects. And on top of that, too, another main thing I really like about this film is Joe Mantegna. Now, I know originally in the novel of Thinner, the Joe... Sorry. The Joe Mantegna character was supposed to be killed off. Well, is killed off in the novel, but he's not killed off in the movie, which I was really glad for, because there's a point in the movie where basically the end of the whole he ends up encountering the gypsies at this camp that they set up at, and Joe Mantegna helps out Robert John Burke and goes over there with a machine gun and just mows down the entire camp, and that's like the best part of the movie, and Joe Mantegna just plays it so well. I've always been a big fan of Joe Mantegna, especially Airheads. That's still my favorite film that he was a part of. I love him in Airheads as the DJ guy. And I love him in this movie as well. He's really good in the movie. And, you know, Robert John Burke isn't bad either. I'm just saying, like, his character is not really that likable. You know what I mean? It's like he's kind of a jerk-off lawyer, and you don't really feel any sympathy for him. But Robert John Burke does a good job acting-wise. I also really like I forget who the actor is that plays the old man gypsy. Michael Constantine, I think that's the actor's name. I think he does a good job. You also have Carrie Wooher as the gypsy's granddaughter. Carrie Wooher, you know her from a lot of movies like Eight-Legged Freaks, Hellraiser Deader, The Hitcher 2. She was on Sliders. I mean, if you look her up, she's in Anaconda. She was in Anaconda. So she's been in a lot of movies, Carrie Wooher. And I think it has really solid direction by Tom Holland, especially like some really creepy parts, like especially what happens to Robert John Burke's other two buddies who get curses put on them. Like one has like fish scales, another guy has like pimples growing all over him, and things like that. Really creepy stuff that happens with those two characters. But if you want to see a really underrated Stephen King movie, I would highly recommend you check out Thinner. It's got solid direction by Tom Holland. I like the cast. Even though Robert John Burke's character is not likable, he still does a good job. Joe Mantegna is the best character in the movie. I like Carrie Wooher. I like the guy that plays the gypsy guy. Really solid score of music. Really great makeup effects too, like on the fat suit, him getting thinner. Really great special effects. I love the special effects in the movie. And overall, I think Thinner is a pretty good movie for a Stephen King adaptation. So that is pretty much it for my review for Thinner. Thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you guys next time. You guys take care. Excuse me.